several more tech labs or even some reactors. He has the time to get those add-ons. He's moving out with a decent-sized force. It's all about how much damage these Vikings can do, because these Colossi are going to rip through this army of CauthonLuck very fast. CauthonLuck does have the combat shield upgrade, and all the Colossi are at the back. He is completely vulnerable. He can stim and possibly take out these Colossi. Big misstep by HuK, losing one Colossus for free. Big force fields, but not placed properly. The Vikings actually got defense from those force fields, but HuK is going to be able to delay and stay alive.
HuK now falling back. He is going to research that charge, and if he can get the charge, the Zealots are become infinitely more powerful against the Marauders. CauthonLuck pushing forward here. He still has 2 Vikings to snipe out those Colossus. Look for them to do a lot of damage. Great force field splitting some of the Marauders, but not really enough. A lot of them still in the back. Vikings taking out the Colossus. 2 of them falling. The 3rd Colossus almost going down as well, and those Vikings are just doing work on HuK's Colossus. He only has 1 remaining, and the Marauders are getting taken out as well.
Oh, but it looks like he lost all the Vikings, and he is going to have to retreat. The Colossus doing serious amounts of damage to the Marauders, trying to run up, and they do take it out. It's just Stalkers left remaining. It is an almost completely even trade at this point in the tournament. CauthonLuck, who'd lost half his army a little bit ago, doing an amazing counter push, and look at this. 1, 2, 7 barracks going down. Ghosts and Marauders getting pumped out, and look at the queuing on CauthonLuck. He is fast enough to macro, but it's got to be careful. It's a lot of wasted money queued up in those racks.
In response, now HuK is throwing down 2 gateways, and he is getting Templar Archives. I love this. Storm is so good against Bio from Terran. If you can land tons of storms, even against Marauders, it's decent as well. What CauthonLuck, I'd like to see him now is get a Ghost Academy, and he does indeed have the Ghost Academy down, and he's producing a Ghost out of one of his barracks. This is great for Terran players, because when they get that tech lab for Marine Marauder, they can easily get Ghosts out as well to deal with that Storm.
Absolutely, and I mean, I would love to see a nuke, not necessarily because it's good, but because it's a nuke. He is getting more Stalkers and more Zealots coming out right now, and you know, Templar Archives, good transition, but needs another expansion. After a battle like that, Terran cannot possibly do any aggression, so you can easily take the Expo. CauthonLuck, look at that, eliminating the destructible rocks and moving out at the same time, so that way he can secure his own 3rd. I'm really liking that play by CauthonLuck, and it looks like he has calmed down and doesn't have nearly as many units queued in those racks, but still getting behind on the upgrades.
Ooh, nice scan right there to pick off the Observer. Every single Observer that you get, it is so worth this scan, because Observers provide huge map vision and allow you to see what the Terran mobility is looking like. And it looks like CauthonLuck here is starting to push and inch his way forward. He's going to see if the Protoss player has a Golda, and he does not. And HuK here sending out a couple probes of his own to scout. Great play here to control the watchtowers whenever possible. CauthonLuck, though, has map control, but does he have enough forces? The Templars are out. They almost have enough energy to storm, and Storm is nearly done. It's about 75% complete.
If CauthonLuck moves in right now, he will be able to beat the Psionic Storm. This is so exciting. I'm actually salivating a little bit too much at this point in time. My screen is covered in little dots. So here comes actually a little bit smaller of a force than I would have thought CauthonLuck would have. The Colossus now doing a decent amount of damage, and look at the speed Zealots. It looks like he has completely cut back on all that Colossus production. Great EMP in the back. Got both the Templar. And here comes the micro from CauthonLuck. He needs to kill off this Colossus. That would be huge for him. The Zealots slowly evaporating as the Marauder count is just too high. More units coming in. How did CauthonLuck win that battle? The Colossus getting taken out as well, and more great control. Needs to keep the medevacs alive, but CauthonLuck coming out way ahead in this fight.
CauthonLuck somehow pulling that victory out of nowhere. He got great EMPs off on the Storm, on the Templar, so they could not storm. And right now HuK is desperately trying to get Khaydarin Amulet for more Templars, but it looks like CauthonLuck is going to push forward. He scans to see what he's up against, and he is going to stim and chase away from these Zealots. The Zealots can charge, but with micro from CauthonLuck, he's going to take out all these Zealots quite easily, I think. He's reinforcing with more Marauders and Marines from the back. Archon just out of nowhere transforming into the most powerful ball of Protoss possible, but it is not going to be able to do much. Just slowed from the Marauders' concussive shells.
And it looks like CauthonLuck's army is slowly dwindling. He did manage to lose all those medevacs. Where are the rest of the units from HuK? He's so low on gateway count. This expansion is up for HuK, and CauthonLuck, feeling a little bit unsafe, is going to retreat. No, he's going to pull over to the left and try to take out this expansion. CauthonLuck getting his own Expo up. A little bit late on the transfer, finally moving some SCVs over, but with that huge barracks production, and is he getting more upgrades? No, CauthonLuck having a good setup in the early game, but kind of flustering in the later stages.
Here comes CauthonLuck, though. He's pushing forward with a ragtag Marine Marauder force, as well as a Viking and an SCV, trying to stand to take out this Nexus. If he can take out the Nexus, that would be absolutely huge.
Oh,
he
takes the Nexus coming up. It looks like he is not going to be able to save that Nexus in time, and the Templar so begging to get some good storms off. Wow, more blanket storms going down. Now, this is just a Marine Marauder force coming out for CauthonLuck, and look at the huge storms. Goodbye, ground units, wasting all that energy on storms and immediately going for the Archons. Does not look like those Archons will be able to see the light of day, as CauthonLuck's macro is too much to deal with.
CauthonLuck now is shooting ahead of HuK because because he has secured his third. Great storms are catching a lot of the Marines and Marauders. They are in the red. They are crucial. They need to go to the ER. Four Zealots getting morphed in. They charge headlong into the battlefield, but it looks like CauthonLuck with that Terran resiliency is going to push forward, possibly going to force the cancel on this Nexus. That's going to be the second time today, and HuK now is going to fall behind. His resources are 1,200 per minute compared to CauthonLuck's 3 bases, 1,500 plus.
HuK has no minerals left in his main. Third base is up for CauthonLuck, and more barracks going down. No upgrades going down, continuing to just macro, get out as many medevacs, Marine Marauders. This is what CauthonLuck is famous for. No trickiness, no trying to get any fancy special units to direct counter whatever the opponent is doing. Just more expansions, more barracks, and better fundamentals.
Absolutely, Day 9. HuK now is really oversaturated at that main. Half of those probes should be at a third base, but like we saw before, that third base got annihilated by CauthonLuck time and time again. It looks like 2 dropships here are just going to see when HuK decides to grab that expansion. Once again, probes here distance mining at this point, going to surround this SCV and take it out. I mean, hey, it's oversaturated the natural. You might as well distance mine, but he needs that third Nexus really badly.
The one thing that can save HuK in this game is some miracle storms, but he is very low on Templar, and those Templar really do not have too much energy. There's a Ghost and some Marauders just hanging out here. He's going to have to pull back. Oh, will he be able to get an EMP? No, but one good storm. But, I mean, he really needs to get those storms off in the main, and oh, wow. There's another expansion going down for CauthonLuck, and yet more barracks.
CauthonLuck here going into God macro mode, is about to secure that 4th expansion. Look for him to really meal that up and main out a lot of SCVs to that gold, and his income is just going to go through the roof up to probably around 3,000. HuK knows that he needs to make something happen. He has 4 Templars for Storm. He has charge loss, but his army composition, I just don't think it's good enough against this army from CauthonLuck. Currently sitting at 161 supply, HuK at 121. He is really falling behind in this game.
And this is what's going to be so dangerous, is these 4 Ghosts. Oh, loading a Ghost up into a medevac, going to be doing a big drop on the main. Could easily snipe some Templar, could easily just EMP the Templar, but either way, that is the key unit that he needs to take out. We see HuK is very leery of getting too far away from this Nexus, and that's going to be a big problem because there's a drop coming in the main. HuK sees it. Is he going to get the feedbacks off in time? There's no, he didn't get either of the feedbacks off. Couldn't take down the medevacs. Looked like more Zealots are getting warped in, and at the same time, CauthonLuck pushing the front, but there are a lot of Templar at the front who could get some brilliant storms off. The main is taking a lot of damage, and oh, big storms going down. EMP, oh, didn't hit. Few of those Templars still have energy remaining. Needs to be careful with those medevacs, and this army from HuK is rapidly dwindling into nothing.
CauthonLuck getting stormed to hell right now. All that slash from landing on all the forces. Zealots even careening in to take out the Marauders. Going to be very close, but those 2 Archons, those balls of power morphing right in front of CauthonLuck's face. He's going to be forced to fall away. More reinforcing Marauders back in the main. Meanwhile, looks like that drop has been successful. It's killed off several buildings in the main, and HuK here is really forced to pull every attention he can. He's really trying to stay in this game, but I think he's going to be forced to GG out very soon.
HuK having to make so many more gateways. He's lost all the gateways in his main. His production is completely ruined, and CauthonLuck is just continuing to rally exactly as you said. When that gold expansion gets up, oh my goodness, how your income skyrockets. 4 bases for CauthonLuck. He has mined out his natural expansion. He is getting Cloak to make those Ghosts even better. He's moving these medevacs to the back to try to do yet more harassment, pick off more and more buildings, but it looks like with a few Zealots for HuK, he's going to barely be able to defend, but either way, this expansion is rapidly going to be going down.
We have a lot of probes coming from the 3rd expansion to try to fight for their lives. They have pitchforks in hand. All the probes from the natural and the 3rd coming to ward away these Marauders. CauthonLuck realizing that's a little bit too many probes for his taste, and he's going to fall back to his main army, stimming forward, using the drugs, and he's going to push forward and possibly end this game right now.
There's more good storms, but again, he just needs so many more Templars and even morph these to warp gates. There's the upgrade going down right now. We can see HuK is up at 700 minerals, just doesn't even have the structures to spend that money, and there's the good game. Ladies and gentlemen, I like to call that game 1 of possibly 3. Oh, that game was awesome. Did you see CauthonLuck's macro that game? That was unbelievable.